The IB Diploma Program is one of the 4 programs offered by the International Baccalaureate Organization. The IBDP is a challenging 2-year curriculum primarily aimed at students aged 16 to 19. This program leads to a qualification that is widely recognized by the world's leading universities. Students in this program will not only learn about the body of knowledge, but they will also engage in core subjects that will help them prepare better for university and life after high school. The IBDP curriculum contains 6 subject groups, and together with a core made up of 3 separate parts, namely Extended Essay, CAS, and TOK. The subject groups are Group 1, Language A, Group 2, Language Acquisition, Group 3, Individuals and Societies, Group 4, Experimental Sciences, Group 5, Mathematics, and Group 6, the Arts. The IBDP at Brent International School Subic was established in 2009 after the trustees, the administration, and faculty saw the opportunities embodied in the program as completely compatible with the long-standing goals and principles of the school. The IB Learner Profiles is IBO's mission statement in action, in the same way that Brent International School Subic's Expected School-Wide Learning Results, or the ESLERS, is the summary of the school's philosophy. Most, if not all, are very similar.
The coming of the IB program has helped the school strengthen its academic program. It has also strengthened the school's vision of producing well-rounded individuals. This is through the IB's curriculum, academic curriculum, as well as the core subjects, which are Extended Essay, CAS, TOK, because the IB has specific guidelines for achievement, which also aligns with the Brent curriculum.
So the whole idea about CAS is really about the students' self-discovery by going through the activities and allowing them to, or actually asking them to write about it, to evaluate why they're doing things and how they're doing things, and more importantly, are they making any progress towards the goals that they've set. We hope that the students learn about their intentions, what motivates them, what drives them to pursue things, and ultimately what makes them happy, what makes them into the kind of person that they want to be. So whenever people ask me, why do we have to do CAS, or why should I be doing CAS? Then I guess the best response I can give that is, to know yourself, to know who you are, and why you choose the things that you want to do, and what does it do to make you into the person that you want to be.
An extended essay requires the students to do an in-depth study, an in-depth analysis of a focused topic based on the 6 groups of IB. Now, with extended essay, it is, it's considered extended because technically it is simply an essay. However, it is just written written in 4,000 words. That's why it's extended. It's longer. You see, it is an in-depth study. And a student will not be able to do an in-depth study if a high level of critical thinking is not involved. That's the number 1 factor that a student will learn from an extended essay. And IB wants that. IB wants their students, IB wants the diploma students, diploma candidates to be inquirers, to be knowledgeable. You see, extended essay will require them to express their ideas, to express their arguments, to express their claims in a highly academic format, in a written structure. And they become to be the best communicators that they can be, at least in writing, in an extended essay. You see, extended essay is not just simply writing. Extended essay is not just simply following all those deadlines that I set or that the school sets. No. It is that intellectual discovery, that enjoyment of intellectual discovery that they get. And in return, they get to be more knowledgeable and more experienced.
Okay, when we talk of what is valuable that you can get from TOK, there are a lot, but I'd just like to share one. With TOK, you would go into perspectives. You'll be allowed to be aware of your own perspective, how you look at the world. At the same time, you will be taught how to articulate that perspective. Part of TUK is also going to other perspectives, like if you want to go to history or natural sciences, arts, you will go into that area of knowledge, learn that perspective of how it looks at the world, how it explains the world, how it gives meaning to the world. In a way, TUK will teach you to get that perspective and learn from how that particular area of knowledge or group of people in that area of knowledge look at the world. Again, as I mentioned, there are a lot of things, valuable things that you can get from TUK, but I think one is but the importance of gaining, learning perspectives into looking at the world.
The IB diploma changed me in so many ways. I became mature in a way that I needed to step up and be responsible. I also became passionate in the things I do because I became aware of the things that I can do to make a difference. When I chose the International Baccalaureate program, I felt like there were so many doors of opportunities that opened for me. Those opportunities shaped me and made me who I am today. I gained the heart to serve and appreciated the type of education I have. What I can say about the program is it will help you who you want to be and realize how fortunate and blessed you are. It's stressful at first, but I realized that to be able to be successful in IB, I needed to be organized and balance all my work.
The International Baccalaureate program is actually quite challenging, and it's kind of like your worst nightmare in high school, but then you wake up and you realize that it's actually reality. However, the IB program actually allows you to push yourself into accomplishing bigger goals, as well as identifying your strengths and the things that you need to improve on. The IB program also prepares you for the obstacles that you will encounter later in the future, and not only academically but also in the way that you think. Overall, the International Baccalaureate program is definitely challenging and may be scary, but it is not something that students are incapable of doing, especially when they maintain the drive to becoming better students as well as accomplishing the International Baccalaureate program.
Over the past 2 years of my high school life, CAS was one of the greatest achievements for me, CAS actually gave me the opportunity to be responsible, active, and caring. So I've been involved in different kind of activities. I started diving, but not for CAS, but I used to be scared, and because of CAS, it actually gave me the courage to get out there and get out of my comfort zone. Then I started to work with like the Film Orphanage and the Book Lot Center. These are groups that help people who are in need. So let's say for Film Orphanage, we help kids who are basically orphans, and they're definitely less fortunate than we are. So what we do is we bring them over to our school, and we introduce them to new sports and also team building activities, and actually we build bonds in between us and the orphans, and by that time we actually learn from each other, and it's just such a great experience. Also, one of the greatest lessons that I've learned from CAS is sharing, because I grew up kind of alone, so I didn't really know how to share, but now I've encountered so many different people, and I learned how to share, not just like physically, but also in general. What I mean by general is that you don't just share what you have, but also what you know. And this is the reason why me and my friends, we started a club called Live Pro, because me and my friends were really into photography and different kind of media editings, and this actually allows us to share what we really like with the people who are interested in around us. And I think this is also a great opportunity for the students in school who actually wants to learn but probably didn't know where to learn it from. And YouTube is nice. I want to thank Brent International School and the CAS program for making me a better individual. I've grown more mature and open-minded during the 2 years, of the program. And I guess, this is the best thing that you can ever ask for, the CAS.
Well, the best way to learn a skill is through experience, and with the 2 years of IB, I was able to develop my writing skills. The IB program consists of 3 mandatory HL classes, and for me, there are history, business and management, and English literature. So these higher level courses taught me to become more organized in writing essays in order to answer the question or topic in a concise and coherent manner. And I'm aware that in college, especially with my interested major in international studies, have a lot of writing, and IB has prepared me for that, especially with the internal assessments and extended essay. And now I could say that the essay or writing format will be a piece of cake in college for most of the diploma candidates.
One of the most important factor is to prepare Tonton in the challenges ahead. The experience in taking the IB program was a challenge in his study habits and discipline in balancing his school life. I think for Tonton, he was able to balance his school activities and academics at the same time. And he was able to unleash his potential by doing the things he would love to do and amidst the pressure of the IB class. So finally, I think Tonton realized that there's time for everything. He played hard when it's time to play, and he studied hard when it's time to study. Which concludes me to say that the IB program for students is a very challenging and a very good preparation for them to be globally competitive.
The IB program is said to be rigorous 2 years of high school. However, it is also a gateway to a brighter future. For me, the IB program is like a myth because I've heard so much about it, but I've never experienced it myself. I believe that it can help students build their own character and find themselves. Right now, I'm deciding which subjects to take, and it is helping me picture myself in the future. Honestly, I'm a bit frightened, but I'm also very excited about what the program will expose me to and how I will grow through it.
I believe that the IB program is a great opportunity for students to pursue what they want to do in the future, starting with university. I was told by many students and teachers that it's very challenging, but it could be worth it in the end. Many of the IB students that I know that graduated are now well-rounded individuals, and as a newbie and speaking for the rest of the sophomores, I am very scared but excited to experience this program myself.
I am definitely not the same person I was before I did IB. In general, the curriculum has taught me a lot about myself and more, the things I needed to work on and the things I could do that I didn't know I could. It taught me how to be innovative, open-minded, become a risk taker, and many other skills. I was definitely intimidated before I entered IB, and now when I look at it, it's a staple in my life that I'm extremely proud of. There's a real struggle in the curriculum, and as an IB pupil, you become exposed to things that will challenge what you think you already know. It gets really hard and very daunting, but if you immerse yourself in the struggle, that's where real growth starts, and in that growth will be intelligence, self-respect, and humility. Also, IB has given me so much opportunities to give back to my community, and it's something I will always be thankful for. Back in 11th grade, I was convinced that I was not capable of doing IB diploma. I told myself, no, I won't do it, I can't do it. And a few weeks later, my dad told me I was crazy and told me to tell Ms. Guarte to change me from being an IB certificate to IB diploma. I was like, this is suicide. And 2 years later, I realized I would never have grown the way I did if it weren't for IB and the people around me. I also do admit that a lot of the things I learned from IB came after the curriculum itself. So if you think you're not cut out for it, remember that one of the big points of IB is to help develop a student's mind. So I encourage each and every one of you students to take part in the IB journey because it sincerely will be enjoyable if you keep yourself motivated. If you're lucky, it will be very eccentric, and for that I say take Mr. Chandler's English HL class and wait for TOK. But if you're a student who knows you have something to offer, do it. I will be honest, there are so many things you need to do and sometimes it gets really tough. I will warn you and say, you will need to work hard and work frequently, and that not everyone will see your struggle, and that gets really frustrating. But as long as you see it and you rise from it, that's when you will know you were successful. Remember this saying, there are no winners in IB, only survivors. And those who survive will embody the purpose of its curriculum, and that's to build the citizens of tomorrow. So I wish you all good luck and work hard. You can do it.
IB has prepared me to survive in college, I would say. Because when I got to college, there's so many things to do. There's papers due in the same week. I have midterms on the same days, finals on the same days. But since IB is run in a very similar way, like there's internal assessments, midterms, extended essays, all these things that you have to take care of, I was able to learn how to manage time and to get on the deadlines. So I think if you pass IB, you probably survive in college, unless you go out drinking and partying. Am I gonna encourage you guys? So I don't want to say that you have to take IB, but I'm gonna tell you this one factor that makes IB a special program, a good, useful program compared to the normal curriculums. Brent is only one of many high schools all over the world. So being a top student in Brent, especially like Brent Subic, does not guarantee that you'll be one of the top students in college, because there's so many brilliant students, way smarter than all of you and all of us. But I think it's worth a try to actually test yourself before graduating high school, and IB provides that opportunity. Since IB is run in about 4,000 high schools, and the scores are examined pretty fairly all on every high school, I would say it's a chance for you to test your academic ability and a chance to plan your future based on your capacity, while in terms of choosing your majors. So yeah, I encourage all of you to take IB and try it. I mean, it's gonna be challenging for all of you, but once you actually pass everything, like get your final score, you will feel this achievement, and you will be satisfied in many ways.
I believe that IB has really helped me to prepare for university life. Before coming here, I took IB and I had a lot of assignments, I had a lot of homework to do, I had a lot of projects, essays to write, and at that time it seemed a bit tedious, but now looking back, I'm thankful for all the hard work that I had to put in and all the effort and just everything that I had to do, because I was able to learn what works best for me, what my best study skills are, or study habits are, and so I think that I was able to learn more about how to manage my time better, and just I think that time management is so important, because after high school you go to university and maybe you go to grad school, get a PhD, or you go get a job, and I think that no matter what you do, you always have to work on time management, because in the real world, it's important to be on time, it's important to know how to balance everything, and so it's not just about work. You also have extracurricular activities, you have the social life, you have friends you want to hang out with, and it's just hard at first trying to balance everything out, but I believe if you have a solid foundation, then you're good to go. So that's just one of the things that I want to say about IB. IB has made such a positive change on me. It's really helped me to become more open-minded. It's really helped me to become more eager to learn more and to know more about new things. And I think that it's made me take risks. It's made me think about starting new things, creating new events or programs or performances. And here in university, I've been given the chance to do those things. And so I think that because of IB, I'm less scared to take that risk, of just starting something completely new. I also want to say that IB, I'm just so thankful that I took it. I don't regret taking it at all. It was one of the highlights of my senior year, senior year. I think that without IB, I wouldn't be as prepared for university, and that I would just find things really hard here, or that I would find things less or more difficult to tackle, more difficult to understand, balance out. And so I think that IB has made such a positive change on me. It's just done a lot for me. It's helped me to become more open to listening to others and to collaborate with others and to work with others, because for some IB things we have to collaborate with others and learn how to work in a group, which I think is very important, and you do that a lot in university. And even after university, even if you have a job, there are people who you'll need to speak with, and eventually you will have to deal with a lot of people or work in a group, and so having a solid foundation is very good. I also think that IB was definitely not easy. It was quite difficult, but I like that it was challenging, because now that I'm at university, I feel more prepared for things, and I feel that things would have been more challenging for me had I not taken IB. Like, for example, I like talking about my extended essay. Over here, I have to write really long essays. Sometimes I have to write, for example, an 8-page essay or a 12-page essay in just a few days. And my EE was very long, it was much longer than that. But I'm glad that I had to write my EE, because it prepared me for college writing here. And so an 8-page paper doesn't seem too daunting anymore, which is good. I highly recommend doing the EE, by the way. So I would encourage young students to do it, because it will challenge you and it will make you rethink things you already know. It will make you eager to learn new things and become more open-minded. I think it will push you, but in a good way. You will be able to learn how to balance your time, and you'll learn how to deal with the stress that comes with IB. And I don't want it to sound scary. I mean, I'm being honest here, sometimes I felt stressed because of IB work, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because in real life, in university also, there are a lot of things going on, and sometimes you feel stressed, and it's normal to feel stressed, but I think that a good amount of stress, or a small amount of stress, a good amount of stress is a good thing, because it really pushes you to work harder. And so I try my best to always be active and to do things here, to start things or to participate in things. I encourage young students to do it, because I personally believe that if you want to go to university, taking IB will help you so much. You will feel more prepared for it, and it won't seem as daunting anymore, because if you survived IB, then you can survive a lot of things. I think that it's challenging, but you'll learn so much and you'll grow so much. And I personally believe that it's so important to constantly seek things that will help you grow, will help you develop and learn new things, and just open your mind to the world around you. And I think IB is really helpful in doing that.